Hello, everyone. Welcome to Speak English Today. I'm Emma, and today we're doing something really practical.
And I'm Noah. Emma, I have to admit, I'm terrible at saying no to people.
Really? What happens?
Well, yesterday, my coworker invited me to her party, but I really don't want to go. I said yes just because I didn't know how to say no politely.
Oh no, that's a problem. And I bet a lot of people watching have the same issue, saying no, disagreeing politely, or handling awkward situations. These are some of the hardest things to do in English.
Exactly. In my language, I know how to be polite, but in English, I'm afraid I'll sound rude, so I just agree with everything.
That's actually very common. Today, we're going to practice real social situations together. By the end of this lesson, you'll know exactly how to disagree politely, decline invitations, and handle misunderstandings without offending anyone.
That would be so helpful. Friends, if you've ever struggled with tough social situations in English, hit that subscribe button.
Yes, subscribe to Speak English Today and give this video a thumbs up. These skills will help you in everyday life, at work and with friends.
So, Emma, where do we start?
Let's start with your problem, saying no to invitations. But first, you need to understand something important about English-speaking culture.
What's that?
In many English-speaking cultures, being direct is actually valued, but you still need to be polite. The key is using the right phrases and the right tone. Let me show you what not to do first.
Okay.
Let's practice. I'll invite you to something, and you say no the wrong way. Just be direct and rude.
Okay. But I feel bad being rude.
Section the wrong way. Noah, I'm having a dinner party on Saturday. Would you like to come?
No, I don't want to come.
Perfect. That's exactly what not to say.
Yeah, I felt terrible saying that. Even though you asked me to, it sounded so rude.
It did. Now let me show you how to say no politely. There are 4 steps: soften, decline, give a brief reason, and offer an alternative.
4 steps? That sounds complicated.
It's actually natural once you learn it. Watch me demonstrate. Invite me to your party.
Emma, I'm having a barbecue on Sunday. Can you come?
Oh, that sounds really nice. Unfortunately, I already have plans that day. I'm visiting my family, but thank you so much for inviting me. Maybe next time?
Wow, that didn't sound rude at all. And I don't feel bad that you said no.
Exactly. Let me break down what I did. Step 1. Soften the blow. I started with, "Oh, that sounds really nice." This shows I appreciate the invitation.
So you say something positive first?
Yes, other phrases you can use: "I'd love to, but," or "That sounds fun, but," or "I appreciate the invitation, but."
Got it. What's step 2?
Step 2, decline clearly. I said, "Unfortunately, I already have plans." Don't be vague. Be clear that you're saying no.
What are good ways to decline?
You can say, "I can't make it. I'm not available. I already have plans," or "I won't be able to come."
Okay. Step 3?
Step 3, give a brief reason, but keep it short. I said, "I'm visiting my family." That's enough. You don't need a long explanation.
So I shouldn't over-explain.
Correct. Long explanations sound like you're making excuses. Just give one simple reason. Here are common ones: "I have a prior commitment." "I'm not feeling well." "I have to work." Or, I have family obligations.
And step 4?
Step 4. Offer an alternative or express gratitude. I said, "Thank you so much for inviting me. Maybe next time?" This leaves the door open and shows you value the friendship.
So even though I said no, I'm still being friendly.
Exactly. Other alternatives. Let's get together another time. Can we do lunch next week instead? Or, I hope you have a great time.
Let me try. Invite me to something.
Noah, a group of us are going to see a movie tomorrow night. Want to join?
Oh, that sounds fun. Unfortunately, I can't make it tomorrow. I have to finish a work project. But maybe we can catch a movie next week.
Perfect. You used all 4 steps.
I did. I softened with, "That sounds fun," declined with, "I can't make it," gave a reason, my work project, and offered an alternative.
Exactly. And you sounded polite and natural. Now, what if you just don't want to go? What if you don't have a specific reason?
Oh, that's tough. Can I lie?
You don't have to lie, but you can be vague. Let's practice. Noah, I'm hosting a book club meeting this Thursday. Would you like to come?
That's really nice of you to invite me. Unfortunately, I don't think I can make it this week. I have some things I need to take care of, but I appreciate you thinking of me.
Good. I have some things I need to take care of. That's vague, but acceptable.
So I don't have to give specific details.
No, as long as you're polite and sincere, vague reasons are fine. Other vague phrases, "I have a lot going on right now. It's not a good time for me." Or simply, "I'm not available."
That makes me feel better. Now what about disagreeing with someone? That's even harder.
You're right. Disagreeing politely is an art. Let me teach you how to do it without damaging relationships.
I always feel so awkward when I disagree with someone.
Most people do. The key is to acknowledge their opinion first, then express your own view softly. Never say, "You're wrong."
What should I say instead?
Let me show you the wrong way first. I'll make a statement and you disagree rudely.
Okay, but I'll feel bad.
"I think we should have the meeting at 8 a.m. tomorrow."
No, that's a bad idea. 8 a.m. is too early.
See how that sounds harsh?
Yeah, even though I was right, I sounded rude.
Exactly. Now watch me disagree politely. Say the same thing again.
I think we should have the meeting at 8 a.m. tomorrow.
I see what you're saying, and I know you're trying to get it done early. However, I think 8 a.m. might be too early for most people. What if we did 10 a.m. instead? That might work better for everyone.
Wow, you disagreed, but it didn't sound confrontational at all.
Right. Let me break down the formula. Step 1, acknowledge their point. I said, "I see what you're saying," and "I know you're trying to get it done early." This shows you're listening.
So you validate their opinion first.
Yes. Other phrases, "I understand where you're coming from." That's a good point. "I see your perspective." Or, "I appreciate your thinking."
What's step 2?
Step 2, use a softener. I used "however." These words make disagreement sound less harsh.
What are other softeners?
However, on the other hand, that said, "at the same time," or "I can see that, but."
And step 3?
Step 3, state your view using I statements. I said, "I think 10 a.m. might work better." This is your opinion, not a fact.
So I don't say you're wrong, I say I think differently.
Exactly. Use phrases like, "I feel that," "in my opinion," "from my perspective," "I'd tend to think," or "I'd suggest."
What's step 4?
Step 4, offer a compromise or ask for their input. I said, "What if we did 10 a.m. instead?" This shows you're open to discussion, not just shutting them down.
So disagreement becomes a conversation, not a fight.
Exactly. Other compromises, "would you be open to?" "What do you think about?" "Could we try?" Or let's find a middle ground.
Let me try.
I think we should order pizza for the office party.
I understand that pizza is easy and popular. However, I'm thinking we might want to consider other options since some people have dietary restrictions. What if we did a mix? Pizza and maybe some salads or vegetarian options. That way, everyone has something to eat.
Perfect. You acknowledged my idea, used however as a softener, stated your view, and offered a compromise.
It felt natural. I disagreed, but I wasn't rude.
Exactly. Now, what about situations where you need to correct someone's mistake? That's really delicate.
Oh, yes, like if someone gets a fact wrong or pronounces something incorrectly.
Exactly. This is super tricky because you want to be helpful, but you don't want to embarrass them.
So what do I do?
First, ask yourself, is it important to correct them? If someone mispronounces a word in casual conversation, maybe let it go. But if it's important information, then correct gently.
How do I correct gently?
Use these techniques. Be casual, blame yourself or external factors, and never say, you're wrong. Let me show you. Make a factual error.
Okay, the meeting is next Wednesday, right?
Oh, I think I have it written down as Thursday. Let me double check. Yes, it's Thursday the 15th.
Oh, you didn't say, no, you're wrong, it's Thursday.
Right. I made it sound like I was uncertain too. This saves their face.
What are other ways to correct politely?
Here are gentle correction phrases. Actually, I think it might be, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong, but I thought, just to clarify, I want to make sure we're on the same page. Let me check. Yes, it's
These are so soft. They don't sound like corrections at all.
exactly. And if someone corrects you, how should you respond?
Um, get defensive?
No. Just say, oh, you're right. Thanks for catching that. Or, my mistake. Thank you. Never get defensive or make excuses.
That's mature and professional.
Yes. Now let's talk about handling misunderstandings, because those happen all the time.
Yes, sometimes people misunderstand what I meant, and it gets awkward.
This happens to everyone. The key is to clarify immediately without blaming the other person.
How do I do that?
Don't say, you misunderstood me, because that sounds like you're blaming them. Instead, say, I don't think I explained that clearly, or let me clarify what I meant.
So I take responsibility for the misunderstanding?
Yes, even if it wasn't your fault, taking responsibility keeps the conversation smooth. Let me demonstrate. Say something and I'll misunderstand it.
I think we should finish the project by next week.
Oh, so you want to present it next Friday.
Oh, I don't think I was clear. I meant we should finish working on it by next week, but the presentation isn't until the week after. Does that make sense?
Perfect. You said, I don't think I was clear, instead of, you misunderstood.
It felt better. I didn't make her feel bad.
Exactly. Here are more clarifying phrases. Let me rephrase that. What I meant to say was, to clarify, I may not have been clear. Let me explain. Sorry if that was confusing. What I meant is,
And if I'm the one who misunderstood?
just say, oh, I misunderstood. Thanks for clarifying. Or, got it. I was confused about that. Thanks for explaining.
Simple and humble. Now, what about giving bad news? That's really hard.
Bad news is never easy, but you can soften it with the right approach.
What's the right approach?
First, prepare them. Don't just drop bad news suddenly. Give them a warning that something negative is coming.
Like what?
Phrases like, I have some bad news. I'm afraid I have to tell you something. Unfortunately, I have an update. I need to let you know about something.
So they're mentally prepared?
Exactly. Then deliver the news clearly but sympathetically. Watch me. Noah, I have some bad news about your project proposal.
Oh no. What happened?
Unfortunately, the committee decided not to approve it this time. I know you worked really hard on it, and I'm sorry it didn't work out. However, they gave feedback that might help you if you want to revise and resubmit next quarter.
That didn't feel as bad as it could have been.
Right. I warned you, delivered the news, acknowledged your effort, expressed empathy, and offered hope for the future.
What if there's no silver lining?
You still express empathy and offer support. For example, I'm really sorry about this. I know this is disappointing. If there's anything I can do to help,
Let me practice delivering bad news.
okay, tell me the meeting time changed.
Hey, Emma, I need to let you know about something. Unfortunately, they moved our meeting to 7 a.m. tomorrow instead of 10 a.m. I know that's really early and inconvenient. I'm sorry about the change. I had no control over it. If you absolutely can't make it, let me know and I can fill you in afterward.
Excellent. You warned me, delivered the news, acknowledged the inconvenience, apologized even though it wasn't your fault, and offered a solution.
This formula really works.
It does. Now let's talk about interrupting someone politely, because that's another tough situation.
Yes, sometimes I need to interrupt, but I feel so rude.
Interrupting is sometimes necessary, especially at work. The key is to apologize and acknowledge that you're interrupting.
What should I say?
Start with phrases like, sorry to interrupt, but, excuse me, may I jump in here? I apologize for cutting in, but, if I could just add something quickly. Sorry, but I think this is urgent.
So I acknowledge I'm interrupting and apologize?
Yes, let me demonstrate. Start talking about something.
So yesterday I went to the store and I saw this really interesting
Sorry to interrupt, but we need to leave for the meeting in 5 minutes. Can we continue this afterward?
teaching tone. That was polite. You apologized, explained why you interrupted, and suggested we continue later.
Exactly. And if someone interrupts you, respond graciously. No problem. What did you need? Or, of course, go ahead.
Never get upset?
Not visibly. Stay professional. Now, let's review all the situations we covered today.
All right, let's review the key techniques we learned.
For saying no to invitations, soften, decline clearly, give a brief reason, and offer an alternative or express gratitude.
For disagreeing politely, acknowledge their point, use a softener like however, state your view with I statements, and offer a compromise.
For correcting someone, be casual. Use phrases like, I think it might be, or just to clarify, and never say you're wrong.
For clarifying misunderstandings, take responsibility by saying, let me clarify, instead of, you misunderstood, and always ask, does that make sense?
For delivering bad news, prepare them with a warning, deliver the news clearly, express empathy, and offer hope or support if possible.
For interrupting politely, apologize first with, sorry to interrupt, explain why, and acknowledge the inconvenience.
These are such important skills.
They really are. And the underlying principle for all of these is, be respectful, be clear, and maintain the relationship. What if I make a mistake? What if I accidentally sound rude?
Just apologize. Say, I'm sorry if that came across wrong, or I didn't mean to sound harsh. Everyone makes mistakes. What matters is how you handle them.
That's mature and reassuring. Can we do one final comprehensive practice?
Absolutely. Let's combine multiple tough situations. I'll create a scenario. All right, let's review the key techniques we learned.
For saying no to invitations, soften, decline clearly, give a brief reason, and offer an alternative or express gratitude.
For disagreeing politely, acknowledge their point, use a softener like however, state your view with I statements, and offer a compromise.
For correcting someone, be casual. Use phrases like, I think it might be, or just to clarify, and never say, you're wrong.
For clarifying misunderstandings, take responsibility by saying, let me clarify, instead of, you misunderstood. And always ask, does that make sense?
For delivering bad news, prepare them with a warning, deliver the news clearly, express empathy, and offer hope or support if possible.
For interrupting politely, apologize first with sorry to interrupt, explain why, and acknowledge the inconvenience.
These are such important skills.
They really are, and the underlying principle for all of these is be respectful, be clear, and maintain the relationship.
What if I make a mistake? What if I accidentally sound rude?
Just apologize. Say, I'm sorry if that came across wrong, or I didn't mean to sound harsh. Everyone makes mistakes. What matters is how you handle them.
That's reassuring. Can we do one final comprehensive practice?
Absolutely. Let's combine multiple tough situations. I'll create a scenario. Noah, I need to talk to you about something. I think you should present the report at tomorrow's meeting.
I appreciate you thinking of me, and I can see why that might make sense. However, I actually think Sarah would be better for this presentation since she worked more closely on those numbers. What do you think about having her present instead?
But Sarah already has a lot on her plate. I really think you'd do well.
I understand, and I'm happy to help. Let me clarify my concern. I don't have all the background details, so I'm worried I might not be able to answer questions effectively. Would it work if Sarah presents and I support her?
Actually, I need to tell you something. Sarah called in sick today, so she won't be here tomorrow.
Oh, I didn't know that. In that case, I want to make sure I'm prepared. Unfortunately, I have a conflict at 9 a.m. when the meeting starts. Would it be possible to move it to 10 a.m., or could I present my section later in the meeting?
The meeting time is fixed, but you could present in the second half, around 9:45.
Perfect. That works for me. I'll prepare tonight and be ready. Thanks for being flexible.
Teaching tone. That was brilliant. You declined politely, disagreed diplomatically, clarified. That was brilliant. You declined politely, disagreed diplomatically, clarified, handled bad news, and negotiated a compromise, all in one conversation.
And it felt natural. I used all the techniques without thinking about them.
That's exactly how it should feel. With practice, these phrases become automatic.
Emma, do you have any final tips for handling tough social situations?
Yes, here are my top 5 tips.
Tip 1?
Use a warm tone. Even if you're saying no or disagreeing, smile and keep your voice friendly. Tone matters more than words.
Tip 2.
Don't over-apologize. One "I'm sorry" is enough. Excessive apologizing makes you sound weak or insincere.
Tip 3.
Be honest but kind. You don't have to lie, but you also don't have to be brutally honest. Find the balance.
Tip 4.
Take your time. It's okay to say, let me think about that, or can I get back to you? You don't have to answer immediately.
And tip 5.
Practice these phrases out loud. Role play with a friend, or practice in front of a mirror. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes.
These are fantastic tips.
All right, friends, let's wrap up. Today, we learned how to handle tough social situations in English without being rude.
We covered saying no to invitations, disagreeing politely, correcting mistakes, clarifying misunderstandings, delivering bad news, and interrupting respectfully.
If you enjoyed this lesson, please subscribe to Speak English Today and give us a thumbs up.
And tell us in the comments, what's the hardest social situation for you in English? We'd love to hear your experiences.
Also, share this video with anyone who struggles with saying no or disagreeing in English. These skills help everyone.
Next time on Speak English Today, we're learning at the post office. mailing packages and letters.
Until then, practice these techniques, be kind but honest, and keep speaking English today.
Remember, being polite doesn't mean always saying yes. It means being respectful when you say no. Bye, everyone. See you next time.